مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين، محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم.
خلقت العباد على ما علمت ففي العلم يجري الفتى والمسن. Al-Imam Shafi'i said, "Oh Allah, when he was answering the question about Al-Qadar, he immediately remembered Allah Ta'ala and the favor and the mercy of Allah upon him. And he said this beautiful statement. He said, خَلَقْتَ الْعِبَادَ, Oh Allah, you have created the ibad, the slaves, the creation. عَلَى مَا عَلِمْتَ, according to your eternal knowledge. فَفِي الْعِلْمِ, and according to your eternal knowledge. And the movements and the developments فَفِي الْعِلْمِ يَجْرِي الْفَتَى وَالْمُسِنْ, of the young person and the old person happen. According to your knowledge, this young person, he gets older. He changes from one state to another. He's born with no teeth, and later on he develops teeth. He's born and he does not talk, he does not walk, and later on he changes. These developments are by who? Who's the one who makes this happen? It's not the milk. It's not the environment. It's not the parents. It's the will and the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَفِي الْعِلْمِ يَجْرِي الْفَتَى, al-fata is the young person, وَالْمُسِنْ, so the knowledge, according to the eternal and everlasting knowledge of Allah that does not change, that is as it was forever, eternally and forever, without a beginning and end, does not change. Everything happens by the eternal will and knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this old man who grows old, and he starts to lose his hair, or his hair starts to become gray, and his bones become weaker, and his walking changes. It's not as strong as when he was younger. Who is making this happen? Who is making this change? Who is making these developments? Of course, Allah Ta'ala. If it was in our hands, subhanallah, none of us would want to be weak. Every one of us would want to be like the so-called Superman that they put on TV. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam. And then Al-Imam Shafi'i continues to say, Ya Allah, ala hadha manant, wa hadha khadalt. على هذا مننت وذا خذلت وهذا خذلت وهذا أعنت وذا لم تعن. Which means, O Allah, on some you have bestowed your mercy of guidance. Man means you have given him your great mercy of guidance. على هذا مننت. The great mercy of guidance is to be a Muslim and to die in the state of Islam. And that's the greatest mercy from Allah. But of course Allah gives the mercy to in this dunya to both Muslims and non-Muslims. So the man, the karam, the ata, the giving of Allah Ta'ala in this dunya is to both. And sometimes Allah even gives the non-believer, the kafir, the mulhid, the atheist, even more than He gives some Muslims. it doesn't mean, it does not change, this does not change the high status of the Muslim. We know that this world is a sijn, a prison for the Muslim, and a Jannah, a place of pleasure for the kafir. Because compared to the hereafter, this world, even if a person is living in comfort, compared to the hereafter, this world is like a prison, a very tough prison. And compared to the hereafter, whatever type of life that the kafir, that the non-believer is living, enjoying the food and the air while disbelieving and denying Allah and disbelieving in Allah, he's getting all these enjoyments, but still, compared to 1 second, compared to a part of a second, a fraction of a second, in hellfire, this would be like a paradise to him or her. May Allah Ta'ala protect us from the fire of hell in the hereafter. So Al-Imam Shafi'i goes to say that, oh Allah, you truly are the one who bestows guidance upon one. And this is the meaning of when he said, Ala hadha mananta. Ala hadha mananta. Wa hadha khadalta. And the other person, and that other person, khadalta. You have misguided, or you have given something to him which is not to his best favor, or for his best interest. Allah Ta'ala does with His creation whatever He wills. We cannot argue this. Allah makes some trees with poison and other trees with fruit. Some trees with flowers and other trees with like thorns, like the cactus we have here in Arizona. One cannot argue with Allah. Some people Allah made rich without them even having to work hard. And other people, they became rich because an inheritance fell on their lap. Someone in their family died. And they were very sad to see that, but very happy to see the cash flow in their hands. And they're enjoying somebody else's hard work. Allah made some people rich. Allah made other people who try night and day to be rich. They work like dogs. They avoid their wife. They avoid their children. They put those hours in a hope to be rich. And what happens to them? They're deep in debt. They owe a lot of money to a lot of people, and they keep running after the dunya, and the dunya keeps running away from them. And this is the case with many people, especially here in the States. People are living in debt. A lot of people live in debt. And they may enjoy a nice car or a nice house, but that debt that they owe from all the riba and all the haram transactions that is involved, it's really a tragedy. And if they miss 1 week of work, or if they get sick for 2 or 3 months, they lost their house, they lost their car, they lost everything. Subhanallah, this world is so temporary. What can we say? And so, of course, Allah is the one who makes a person misguided. We say that the person has a choice, and the person, he chooses either guidance or misguidance. But who's the one who gave him that ability? Who's the one who created this? Allah. Now, we do not mean that Allah accepts disbelief. See, this is the common misconception. When somebody hears you and you say Allah created good and evil, what do some people with the weak intelligence think? They think, well, that means that Allah accepts everything. That means that everything is good. That means that it's all good, they say. Some people say that. No, not all is good. There is good and there is evil. And Allah loves and accepts the good and blesses the good. And Allah does not love and does not accept and does not bless the evil or the haram. And let me repeat what I said before. The love of Allah is not an emotion.